Hello and welcome to the show. We are here today on GTA 5 for some racing, and would you look at this, we have a grid. We actually have a grid of sensibly parked cars. What is this shenanigans? It is peculiar, it is weird. It's been so long since we've had a grid of sensibly parked cars. We're just going to go and mess up Lado's car a little bit because he was trying to flip us off. I was going to try and turn it around, but it didn't really work. So we'll just go and move ourselves back to pole position. It's fine. Right, we'll get underway at the 1 minute mark and see how this race will go. We're not going. Is that what we're doing here? We're doing the let's not do a race sort of a thing. But Foxy wants to. You know what, Foxy? We're going to race you. No one else wants to race. Fine. I knew they were up to something. There's always something. Right, we're going racing. We've got the Rhapsody. We haven't driven this for a little while. Now, this circuit you may recognise. We have driven around this a while ago. It's got a really cool, incredibly steep downhill hairpin that we're coming up to here. This is kind of like a slightly rebuilt, redesigned. The track layout is very similar, but kind of like re-walled? I'm not sure that's a word. Uh-oh, not stopping. Okay, did just. Yeah, slightly redesigned walls and runoff areas and all of that kind of thing. Oh, Team Orange has gone around and had a little bit of a spin. Not so good there. We're going to be on the outside of everybody through here. Now, this is a tough track. It is technical. It is difficult to overtake on. And, oh, God, a little bit sketchy in places if you get it wrong. You can get into quite some big trouble. We're going to have a good run maybe here, though. It's where do you overtake if we do get a good run down this section is the tough part. We can try. See, I was going for trying to set it up for the next corner. Glisk wanted to get past me. We have got pass for the lead done. There's a big train of cars going to the inside. I don't want to move across in front of that. We will get taken out. Liam's run wide, though, through there. We'll slide. Almost slid up in front of Liam. Did not quite work. Up the hill we go. No real momentum going for me. Gliska follows. Trying to get some sort of slipstream. He's going to go to the middle. Oh, we're now going to go 3 wide, and Glisk got no option but to push Liam across the start-finish line. And Pega's out wide. It's not quite going to work there. We might end up across in front of Gliska. Can we get a run to the inside of Liam down here? No, Liam's going to cover that. Look around the outside. Oh, a little bit of bumping going on through there. It's got very busy through that section. And that's okay, all relatively nicely does. You don't want to end up too wide, you'll get the jump and you will lose time across that airborne section. We're to the inside, I don't know where to brake down here. I was quite early on the brakes, although that's not necessarily a bad idea at the hairpin. We will come away with the lead of the race. Liam got a little bit, I don't think, bopped wide possibly, or ran wide. Not sure, I'd be focusing on making my own corner there. Now, let's try and not lose a place through here. This is meaning Pega's going to go for the brave overtake. He's not where I want to be too wide, especially not too wide on the outside. Liam's fighting back on the outside, even more on the outside. Don't hit the kind of metal, I don't know what it is, container through that. We find ourselves in exactly the same place against Impega as we did last lap around. Not going to get a run there, though. It's too close for slipstream. Gliska's got the best run. He's going to get both of us down here. You don't really want to hit those... What are they, like cones sort of things? Barricades? They will slow you down just a smidge, and in a one-make race, that's quite important, that you don't get slowed down a smidge. I'm trying to nick some slipstream off of Gliska's car there. Gave Impega a little bit of a squeeze. It wasn't intentional to squeeze Impega, it was just trying to get the sort of edge of the slipstream. You don't have to be perfectly behind a car in GTA to get a draft from it. You just have to be kind of close enough, and that's what I was going for, was just close enough to ping it, but didn't really work. We did get a draft in the end. Again, we're still in the group. Then Chris is having a look somewhere around the place. Yep, that is there. We're going to get past Gliska now, and we will move up into second place. Get a little bump off the corner. That's fine. That's fine. We may get a go to the inside. Oh, we're going to go. No, Chris backed out of that one. Sensible decision in the end. I think there's a U into the inside as well. A lot of overtaking going on that hairpin. A lot of overtaking going on down there. But we are to the lead now. Pega's got a run, but he's going to be on a really tight line through there. Will not carry the speed off of the corner. I think that might actually be the better way to defend that turn. Rather than fighting to the inside, just stick out wide, because the car on the tight line can't get the run through the next corner. Okay, well, I'll try that next time around. If we're in that position again, you never really know with this sort of track, with this sort of racing. But if we are, yeah, we'll try that as a way to defend. So, around the outside there is sketchy. Oh, Blakey's had an issue and is now being a barrier. We're going to the inside of the barricades there. The slipstream pull to the line is going to be funky. It's going to be a really difficult one to judge because no one's really got much speed going up the hill. You want to get a little bit of curb, but you've got to be careful. You've got to make sure you stay on the track as well. Everyone comes soaring past me. Oh, Chris runs out of room trying to maintain momentum and pretty much spins themselves on the nose of Impega, and I bumped the back of Impega's car and killed all of my own momentum. Right, so that we're 4 wide up ahead in the Rhapsodies. That's an interesting sight, most definitely. We're going to follow Impega. Yeah, I mean, ideal line, basically where me and Impega went, is what you want, but you can't always take that when you're fighting side by side. We've got an absolutely wonderful run here. We're on such a tight line at the hairpin. We're really going to have to work to get this car stopped. We might actually be able to box everybody out. That's a lovely pass. Just boxed everybody completely out of that corner. I will take that. So last time around I figured that maybe the best way to actually defend this corner is to not defend it. Is to take that wider line, maintain momentum, use the speed on the exit. Yeah, it does do the trick. It does do the trick. I mean, Pega thought they got past there, but we can just carry so much more speed on the exit of that corner. The white car ran wide. Yeah, it ran very wide. May have got an assistance. I don't know. Quite possible. It's possible to make a mistake on your own. Quite possible to get a bump and be assisted wide. Ewan is going to get a good draft and will be passed before we get to this next corner. Oh, Gliska, I did not think you were going to go for what was a very narrow gap at that point. And maybe left it a little late to move across. If I did, that's my bad. I kind of figured it was almost explanatory I was going that way, but there we go. It's happened as happened. We've lost some time. It could have been worse, though. How many more laps we've got? A couple more times around here. It's not, we're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Impega's finding out the whole bump and go sideways. Bump the rear of a car and lose your own back end. To be fair, that does happen. Sometimes. Oh, that's it. Sometimes with actual cars we're talking here. Can do. Right. Where is Impega? Far enough back that it's not going to be to the inside through here. That's the hope. Get a good run. Off of that corner we can get the draft off of Longbow. We might even get Gliska here. We're going to go early on the brakes. Oh, I wanted to cut underneath. Impega basically did to me what I've been doing to the group previous time around. Gliska gets a great run out wide through all of there. Longbow tried to duck underneath all of us and it didn't quite work because it's such a tight line. Like, you get the way into the corner well, but it's such a tight line on the exit, you get no speed up the hill. I've got a cat climbing on the back of my chair. Abaddon, you're in a lot of trouble, but I can't tail you off particularly well at the moment because I'm driving. There's literally a kitten perched on the top of the headrest of my chair. Kitten, please, please, please be careful. It's Distracto Cat Night is what it is today. Or tonight, I guess, this evening. Cat's not moved either. Ewan is having a big... Oh, it's taking that tighter line. It's a shame once those barriers are down. They will be respawned for next time around. But there we go. Kitten. Can I grab a cat? Well, we're on a straight at the moment. Oh, I'm really sorry. I was trying to get a cat away from stuff. Managed to scoop a cat off of a desk. Cat was climbing on half-built Lego. That's not a combination of stuff that I want. Kitten's going to have to get shut out of office, I think, for next race if we're in that sort of a mood. Ewan's out really, really wide, and it's not going to fit sort of maintaining momentum out that far wide. We're not on the line I want to be through there. Liam's going to go and play Jump the Rhapsody and lose a bunch of momentum. We get a great run. We're going to go take the lead, maybe down the bottom of the hill. Oh, the cat's a little too brave. Under brakes there, just a little bit too brave from me, but we get a great run coming up the hill. Gliska gives us space. We're 3 wide towards a corner you do not want to be 3 wide at. Thankfully we sort ourselves out, so it's going to be kind of single file a little bit. We give the turquoise car a help. Liam's to the outside. Liam's getting that good run that I was using. Oh, he's going to try and tough it around the outside there. There's still, we left space. Liam made it kind of work. We're in a really curious, we're in a really curious point at the moment. I mean, we're not the worst off in terms of slipstream, but we're not in the best of positions. We're on the outside of Liam, and a whole bunch of cars are going to go steam train us to the inside, but it may be good for the run to the finish line. Who knows? It's going to be a manic battle to the line here. We're way around the outside of everybody. We got fed into the wall. There's just not enough space. I mean, it's no one's fault. I said no fault on that one. There was just no room left. That's the downside of going to the outside. My hope was if we could get off the corner well, we could use a little bit of curb, get a draft, but it just wasn't to be. There was nowhere to go for a bunch of cars, and I was the one that came off worse. Oh, we chased Foxy across, but I think they might have got us. Bugger. That's a great race. That was a fantastic race around there. Oh, we did just hold off Foxy. Just enough. I'm disappointed, but it was a risk you take trying to go to the outside there. You know, you're got to be aware of the risks when you go for that sort of manoeuvre, and in the end, just everyone ran out of road. And when you're on the outside, you're the one that's going to be stuck, essentially. An 8th place, but a wonderful race up until the final corner. So for our next race, we move to the sea, which should be fairly good to go racing with. After such a brilliant previous race, I'm hoping that we can have another equally good race, just with a slightly less crashy end. Oh, looks like Impega may have missed the boost start back there. You know, every so often you'll goof it, and it's when you start on the second row, for example, can be quite a problem for all the cars behind you. We're going to be... I say sometimes you can goof it. Sometimes when you load into GTA, if it's slightly laggy loading, you might only get like a 1 and then go, and that's very disorientating. It's nothing you can do about it. It's just how the game is. But, yeah. Oh, okay. Maybe could have given Hyper a little bit more, and we're just focused on getting the slipstream from Gliska. Don't quite know where to brake down here. There seemed okay. We're going to have a purple car trying to get underneath us, but it is not quite going to work. Yeah, that little wider line is not a bad idea there at all. You can get a really good run off the corner with the wider line. We're to the outside of Gliska here. Across the curb. And again, we'll do that same thing that we were doing in the previous race. Just the whole, on the wider line, carry a bit more speed. And, okay, yeah, just carry much better momentum, and then you can fend off for the next corner. We are going to get slipstream trained all the way down this next straight. In fact, we're going to get past before we even get to the corner. That surprises me. Wasn't expecting a car to be able to get there. With 3 wide in the tunnel, we're going to go to the outside. So we learned our lesson last time. You don't want to be stuck all the way on the outside through there. It's just the way the corner tightens up at the end. It's a nasty turn. And yeah, when you're on the outside of 3 wide, you're going to get potentially pinned a little bit. We get a good run. I mean, the battle to the finish line is always going to be interesting here if you get this many cars as a group together, where the runs are going to come from, where you're going to get speed, etc. I'm hoping... Oh, but let's go back. We're facing the right way. Everything's fine. All of us trying to fit through there didn't quite work, but thankfully we were able to correct each other's mistakes. I mean, we've fallen to the back, but no real harm done. We've lost some places, but only a second or so in time, which will easily be made up in the right circumstances. I'm trying to get some slipstream off of Impega there. 4 wide for the hairpin. I'm not stopping. We did just make it. Gee. Well, see, that was one of those classic examples. Thankfully, I got away with it, but that was one of those real classic examples of... I actually braked what I thought was quite early for that corner because I wasn't planning on doing any overtaking. But because it was downhill and we were in a tow, we got so much speed that where I braked actually became on the limit of what my car was going to be, you know, able to do. So yeah, it's very easy to make those slight misjudgments, especially early on in a race. Yeah. Oh god damn it! No one's leaving me in space on the outside. I literally couldn't go any further across. Liam has waited. I don't think Liam knew I was there. It's just unlucky. It's the risk. I just didn't expect to. I didn't expect Liam to be kind of moving out to take that line, I guess, at that point. I didn't know it was really necessary. But yeah, being on the outside is dangerous. It is dangerous when everything's all walled in and so on. And we're happy to give slipstream away here because we're a little bit further back, so we kind of need some teamwork to go on. Oh, Liam's going to brush the inside wall. That's not what we needed, particularly. Oh, laggy pink machine up ahead. Be careful of that one. Now, the leaders are still all very close together. That is good news for me in terms of prospects of catching up. If they're fighting each other, they're going to be hopefully slowing each other down a little bit. This track, not the biggest effect of slipstream and catch-up. Liam's running wide again. Yeah, slipstream still effective but difficult to use just because it's tough to overtake, but catch-up is not really all that effective here because, well, you don't get any straights. Okay, this hill, for example, will do a little bit. I mean, it will be a little bit effective, it's just not as effective as it is at some other circuits. By the looks of it, it's not going to be long until we've got an 8-car battle here. No, Danger Man leads the train of cars through here. Liam turned in a smidge too soon. Almost got in trouble. No point, I don't think, me really going for that dive there. He's just asking for trouble. And the scary thing is if we join the group, which we basically have done now, it's not too long before Ewan joins the group, and Chris, and whoever else is back there, and it suddenly becomes a 10-12 car battle for the lead on a circuit that is technical, it's narrow, there's not much overtaking spots, so yeah, that would be a sketchy battle and a half right there. We've got a really good run back here. Angus has given us some... We're going to box in Angus something horrible here. If this was the final lap, that would have been a ridiculous group of cars for the finish line there. I'm kind of disappointed that wasn't the end of the race. Not because I might have got second, I think, but just because that would be one of the most incredible finishes of a race ever. Right, we are to the outside. I'm not going to quite be able to do anything here. Can I get a tow? We will get ourselves a tow to second at least. That's something. Liam is still liking the jump line, which is surprising to me, but there we go. We've got cars to the inside. Oh, it's getting a little bit busy at the hairpin. I didn't really want to take that tight line. He's just so slow off the corner if you take that line. That's why I was going to hope to get a little bit of a wider line, but never mind. We're still in the group. We're still... Oh, okay, not intending for an overtake at all there. Just got carried away. We'll fall back into line. I'm not going to go side by side through there. Maybe on the final lap you would, if you think you can do it safely and everything. Big slide for the purple car at Hyper to lose a little bit of time and a position or two maybe. We are going to bobble the curb nicely through there. Can I get a draft of anybody? We're well clear of the cars behind. Danger Man was leading, I think. The catch up did murder that car a little bit. Slightly scared of a little bit of lag going on. That's not what you want to see on a narrow track like this one. Now, are we positioned well for a run to the finish line? That's what matters here. I mean, if we were, we'd have nothing. I mean, if that was the finish, Ewan actually was the one who found a gap. Well done, because I just didn't think there was a room to put a car to make the most of that run. We pushed Liam. Oh, Angus with the lag has unfortunately taken out two. Angus is normally not too bad. It's just one of those internet things. It happens in online racing, sadly. Yeah, I mean, they weren't to know that car was going to lag, pick its way back into... Like, if the car is lagging, when it is not in the position it should be, it still makes contact with the other people's cars, and then when it pings back into its position, it hasn't lost time, but of course they have. Oh, Hyper, that's a brave move from a very long way back. I'm not sure that would be a move I would have gone for personally, but an attempt was made. Impega's leading the next group of cars that will probably join us before the end of the race. We are to inside for third now. Okay. We're at the podium positions. Liam leads from Danger Man. There's a pink car looking around. I'm scared of it. Definitely scared of it. The front of it looks like a Seat with the way it's been buckled up. The brief second that I saw it, or kind of looks like a Seat. Don't look too far because we've got to deal with this. Okay, we're to the inside. We will potentially take the lead of the race. It's a very tight line that we take through there when you do dive to that inside. Yeah, it does kind of... It's a bit squished. I don't know. It's more like a Seat than a C, almost. Danger Man's got the run. Yeah, if you come out of that corner, unless you've got a big lead, it's going to be difficult to win the battle to the line. However... Yeah. However, if you try to play games and position yourself perfectly, you're always going to end up in trouble, especially when there's such a big group of cars. Trying to get yourself in the perfect spot is really difficult to calculate. You've got to make the most of whatever you've got, basically. If you're out in front, use a little bit of curb boosting, hope you can get far enough away. Danger Man ran it risky over there. Are we going to have... We're going to have a purple car to the inside. I know that one's coming, that's fine. We can give it plenty of space through there. Danger Man did not quite get the turn in right and is out wide through all of that. Yeah, so I'm happy to take that wider line because you just get a better exit. You get so much more momentum coming up the hill that that's the line I want to take. I was giving space to Danger Man on the outside until ran way too wide, and then, well, I'm going to use that space. There's no one there anymore, so there's no point me leaving it. Alright, and Pega's up to second. Gliska's in fourth, although I think just got a tag from Angus, possibly. There's a twitching going on. We've got a nice lead. Hyper's got a big slipstream and was sideways in the SC. They're going to go to the inside. Blakey's caught up. Team Orange is back together again. Oh, I don't know what happened to Impega's car. Was that an intentional handbrake slide, or was that something else? I don't know. It was odd, whatever it was. It hit something. Maybe like the scenery was in the way for Impega on their screen. We're going to have... Oh, Blakey gets the run through the middle. God, there's going to be an incredible photo finish, I feel, at some point during this. I can't steer out of that one, guys. I can't. I can't. That's got to be on the cars behind, basically. I can't do it. If I go on the brakes, it's just going to continue worse. So, yeah, the car's on the outside of the lift. But I think Impega was getting a similar thing from Blakey, maybe. And you just can't pull the cars apart when they all get stuck together like that. It's very annoying when it happens. I mean, we've been dumped from the lead of the race down into 9th. There has been a bump at the hairpin. Impega has gone very wide. Now, I didn't think I touched Impega's car, so unless there's been a lag bump on that one. If there was, I do apologise. I can do anything about it. Impega seems to be unusually wide through there. We are 6th place. Stevie's looking to the inside here, really hoping he's going to change their mind about trying to go for that pass, because that is a dangerous manoeuvre right there. It's a whole different group of cars almost have found themselves at the front now of this race. I've got a little cushion back, so if this goes how I hope it does, I say how I hope it does, but if we can stay away from that group behind us, we could get it. We could be in a really good place here for a tow to the finish line. We might not be. You never really know. I think Liam is at the front of this group. Oh, we've got big understeer through there. I think I beansed it up if there was going to be a chance for a run to the line. Here we go. Come on, Orange C. No, it's too far back. Bumpy's got a great run in the middle. I think there's going to be Liam maybe that's going to take this one. Yeah. Oh no, it's Longbow. Maybe that the little leaderboard at the side is not always correct, so we'll wait to see a finished result. I thought whoever got up the hill first, I think, got it. I didn't see any positional change towards the line. I don't think they were side by side. It was Longbow who takes victory just from Liam. Hyper third ahead of Bumpy, and Chris is in 5th. I get 6th place. I get fastest lap of the race somehow in all of that mess. Impega ended up 14th, having been fighting in the in the lead battles for a while. Yeah, we got unlucky. Well, me, Impega, and Blakey got really unlucky at the start of that lap. Just cars got stuck together. We couldn't pull them apart. So yeah, slight misfortune, slight bad luck in that. Another, though, really, really good race up until that point. I couldn't quite get the luck, but had some fantastically close racing and a lot of fun around that circuit. That, though, is going to be it for this video. Thank you all very much for watching. Massive thank you to Scotty for building this circuit. That, though, is going to be it from me. Until next time, goodbye.